Nothing. Oh, there we go. So a little bit of both. Nothing was very much on a 2.5 year cycle for 10 years, releasing an album, guilty of everything. And 2.5 years later, tired of tomorrow, 2.5, dance on the blacktop, 2.5, great dismal. And I really felt like the Great Dismal was a good tie up for the decade for nothing. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to push forward anymore. But I had kind of evaded real life outside of the band for 12, 14 years, So I wanted to give myself a little bit of space to reconnect with family and reconnect with friends. I kind of blinded myself with everything, and just became enamored with nothing. And I gave myself some time, and I had no real plans on writing a record. And then maybe in 2023, I had the, I had the an itch to play the guitar, and things started coming. I was writing a lot. You know, I write a lot of thoughts down constantly. It's kind of a way it's like a therapeutic thing for me. And I was writing some really interesting stuff about like kind of getting older and uh, becoming, a little bit more honest with myself and who I've turned into, and uh, the stuff that I was writing was very vulnerable, things that I hadn't really touched on, and it started to feel important to me. Um, so I started picking up a guitar and other things and piano, and started putting some of the words to some songs, and uh, I guess they somehow then turned into some demos. Uh, Next thing you know, we're recording a record basically. Yeah, so that was kind of the process. It wasn't really planned. It presented itself naturally, which is how I like to do it. Nothing has always been a band that is inspired first by life and situations. Uh, so when that presents itself to me, that means it's time to move forward with something.
And with this process, about the songs of the album, what is your favorite song, or what is the songs that makes me feel something to you or the most strong for you?
Oh wow. It's tough to say because there's a lot to unpack, and everything. Every song is very personal, and it's just touches on so many different things. Um, but I think one that really makes me feel like one song that I heard being played back after I had recorded and heard the first like mixes of that, like kind of hurt my insides and like made me feel like I was pulling on my own strings a little bit, was uh probably Essential Tremors, which is the last song on the record. I kind of wrote that song somewhat about like a degenerative disease that kind of runs in my family called essential tremors. It's similar to Parkinson's, but it's not life-threatening, and it's just kind of invasive. You kind of your limbs tremble a lot. My voice is starting to be affected by it. It kind of wobbles a little bit, tremors basically. And in the studio recording, hearing my vocals this time, it was pretty apparent that was there, and it was something that I hadn't really uh, I've never heard before. So it was kind of like a reality check. It kind of made me realize like, okay, you're not immortal. You're getting older. Things are affecting you. And that song is kind of somewhat about that, and also just like kind of about loss, and inevitable loss of everything, right? You lose everything eventually. And when you start going down this road of um, seeing a finish line of everything, little health aspects kind of remind you of that along the way. There becomes like a certain clarity of everything, and I've always been a harborer of not enjoying what's in front of me while it's there. It's more worrying about when it's not going to be there. And that's kind of what that song entails. And when I heard it the first time, I've kind of was like emotionally touched by it in a weird way. It's like something I wouldn't want to admit, like because it kind of seems like self-centered, but I knew that I could hear the pain that I was singing in these words, and it made me feel some type of way hearing it back for sure.
Okay, I have the honor to listen the album, and I really love the first song. It was so, I don't know, it's feel like, mm, I don't know what is the word, but it feels like where you go to sleep and you are in the middle of wake and
Yeah,
not, and other songs are more loud, yes, like you are going to wake up.
yeah.
I feel that with that song, with your songs of this album. And I want to talk about the genre because I read about it, and you guys are keeping this genre alive even after so many decades. Do you think that's mostly thanks to the fans who keep their love for it alive, or also because you are still part of this kind of festivals, the Slide Away? How do you feel about that? And how much do you think you have contributed to keeping it in the scene?
Uh, I mean, well, thank you first off for the compliments on the record. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I have a identity problem in general. I feel very strange about like taking credit for anything or feeling validated from anything that I've done. It's not really a a good trait for a musician who wants to sell themselves, but it's never really been like that for me. I kind of just do what I do and keep it moving. Um, but yeah, I mean, a big part of this is that it's even possible is that we have such a rabid fan base that connect with me, and connect with the band and connect with the songs. I think a big point of that has always been that I've kind of been honest as possible. You know, and I think people connect with that, and I think people can see that from afar. Um, which is great for me. That makes me happy. We have when I'm reached out to a lot. I talk to people in DMs a lot. I hear a lot of stories. It's not really in me to ignore people. So I kind of put myself out there, and sometimes it kind of bites me on the ass a little bit, and sometimes it's cool. I develop like relationships with people, but I think that that's a big reason why we're able to do this for as long as we are, beyond the music and things. But yeah, like it is crazy being here 15 years later and still having, still keeping the same fans that we had, um, and introducing young fans, like really young fans that are still into the music. So it's like, it's kind of a rare thing. We've never really blown up to this huge amount of like, uh, like massive venues or anything like that. But like we're still here, and like I feel like we haven't done anything too embarrassing ever. Like I can't really imagine that like someone's ever gonna look back and be like, oh, you remember when we were into nothing back in the day? That was like embarrassing. It's kind of like it flows through time kind of effortlessly, which is like kind of a rare thing. So that's why I care about it so much. And with that, it becomes the genre that I wanted to put work back into. It's kind of like a communal thing. When I first started this, there wasn't much support for us from our peers that were doing the same type of music to the old heads that like kind of created the sound. I didn't get much love from anybody, and I had to do everything myself. But we always had the people behind us, which is the reason why we're here. So I didn't want it to be like that for like this. There's this amazing like new generation of sound, coming out of Philadelphia and various other places. And I wanted to be the opposite that what I had. I wanted to create like a community of people who enjoy these types of sounds and stuff, and put everybody under a roof, like from all ages, all genders, you know what I mean? Like all races, ethnicities, like if you come to a slide away, it's like it's kind of insane. Like you go through, you'll see a 65-year-old white guy, and you see, like then there's like 15-year-old like TikTokers, you know what I mean? Like it's really strange, honestly. It's like kind of what I wanted to happen, but didn't really expect it to. And it kind of happened. So now I have this other baggage I have to carry that I didn't really know, how big it was going to get. And it's a little hard to juggle this and nothing, to be honest. But I'm doing my best. I just, I just wanted to create something for people to have, and not have to carry just the weight of nothing on my shoulders, and be able to. It's also, yeah, it's also nice just to have like another focus too. But it is a lot of work. I'm not really a show promoter, so it's all new to me. But I have a good team of people with me, and like we get the job done, and it's ever expanding. Like we're down in Mexico now, so like that's always been a goal for me, opening up these territories where we can put a spotlight on some of the local stuff that's happening there that like people should know about. And it's really great because people trust the brand and they trust me. So, it's sick to be able to put on like No Somos Marineros and like Mintfield and Hollis and stuff like that, because a lot of people in the States don't know these bands and they should, So like that's always my goal. So I can't wait to build on this down here. And hopefully in some other places too, some other countries where I could do the same, Asia as well. Like so many sick bands in Asia that like need to be heard, and I feel like it makes it easier for those bands to then get to the States and go to Europe and do other things. So it's partially like it feels like a job to get like to do my work back for the people that like let us stay around this long.
Okay, and about tomorrow starts the slide away, right?
Hmm.
How do you feel about? You're excited. It's your second anniversary. How is going on with this?
I mean, it's crazy, we announced year three for next year already. It's like as soon as we finish one, you have to get to work and start on the next one. I couldn't believe it. Like the amount of work that we have to do at the actual shows is unheard of. And unfortunately, I'm playing them too. So it's like, a typical slide away day is 7:30 a.m. load in, on your feet for 12 hours before I even play a set. You know what I mean? So and then you're there till 4 in the morning. And then before you know it, you're home the next week, and it's like, okay, now start thinking about, the following year. There's really no time to breathe in this thing. So it's a bit testing, but like I said, it's growing at an exponential rate, and I just keep adding people in that are good people. A big part of this has always been to keep good people involved. It's very industry based. I came from a long time of working in hospitality. I was a bartender for 12 years. I worked in the service industry. Um, we're the type of band that cleans our own green room before we leave at the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like I don't I care about people and their time. It's rare. So like I want the festival to speak like that too. So I keep people that have the same mindset. The venues love us, you know, they love to see us coming. They know they have a good crew of people with them. The bands love playing the shows because we take care of them. You know, we get gifts, we get things like that. We get people involved. So they're happy. You know, we treat everybody really, really well. Um, and then obviously, if you can do that and there's people coming, you know, they're going to feel that vibe too. So everyone that's attending is having a great time too, and they really back us up. So uh, again, it doesn't take that much work to be a good person and to treat people the way they deserve to be treated, and it goes a long way when you stick to it. So that's the goal. So yeah, I mean, we just booked 27 for next year. We got Hum and Chapter House back, and Nothing doing a 10-year anniversary of Tired of Tomorrow. So those shows they're already like selling out. Like they're 4,000 cap rooms. So it's fucking crazy, you know. But it's nice seeing something that you care about, you know, grow, especially when it's like it's good intentions, you know.
Yeah. Well, I really love about the well, the Mexican fans, we love a lot of the artists. And I see on you this love, it's come back. You love your fans and the people who it's working with this for you, and it's the same for you. So that's the reason why this light away it's alive this year and the next year. And I wait, it's going to be all these years. And well, I think the time it's over, but I,
Okay.
I want to say just the last question, and it's easy. Uh, what is the thing of Mexico that you love more?
That's the hardest question you asked yet. Um, I mean, I've been down here maybe 15 times in my life so far, and it feels like a second home to me. The people are beautiful, food and the drink is great, obviously, the culture. I'm a big Mexico culture appropriator for sure. I love Mexican music. I'm kind of a fan of the corridos, which always gets me dragged. But I mean, it's a beautiful country, and it's hard to pick one thing, to be honest. But I'll say the food number one.
Okay, the food.
It's
Well,
always the food, right?
what?
It's always the food, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's always the food.
yeah. Food equals love.
People love food. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you
All
so.
right. Right, Mish.
See you.
Gracias, Mitch.
A ti muchas gracias.
Que estés
Hasta
bien.
luego.
Chao.
Chao.